Storybook Scrapbooking with Brittany Nicole. Today I'm sharing sketch 20 for the 30 Days of Sketches Series 8, and the prompt for Scraptember was paper tearing. And that was definitely a bit of a harder prompt for me to follow. I don't tend to tear my paper as much. I seem to usually tear paper when I'm doing a heavy mixed media layout. I don't tend to tear my paper as much when I'm not using mixed media. And then I also, if anything, I'll kind of rough the edges up of my paper instead of tearing. But for the tearing that I did, the red papers that are vertical to the right of my layout, those I used, those both have torn edges, and I used a special metal ruler that I have that has a torn edge, and so you hold down the ruler and then you tear the paper up and it gives a ripped effect. So I can't remember if I show you guys the ruler on camera or not. Anyway, oh, there you go. That is the ruler. So it has like these ridges to have a more controlled tear for your paper, and you just hold it down and then you tear the paper. Now, I was tearing really tiny strips of paper, so it was a lot harder. If you're tearing, like a 4x6 piece of paper or like something that's just larger than, an inch or two, it's significantly easier to use. And I absolutely love it if I am going to use torn edges, especially when mixed media is not involved. It just gives me a bit more control so things aren't kind of all over. I see some scrapbookers, they have amazing like paper tearing ability. Their paper always looks really like perfectly torn, and that's a little harder for me to accomplish. So now back to the layout. I'm sort of creating where I'm going to have my embellishment clusters, and I like to have sort of a base, like a home base for my embellishments to kind of go on top of when I create my clusters. So that scallop circle at the top left of the page, and then all those tabs or like banner tabs at the bottom of the page are kind of my bases, and then I'm building on top of those. So I'm adding some stars. I'm looking at word strips. I love adding word phrases or just single word stickers on my layouts. And basically I approach it that I want it to be either kind of reinforcing the story that I'm telling or has something to do with what's in the photo in some way, shape, or form. So at the bottom I just have added the phrase big plans. And the reason I did that is because this was during kind of the height of quarantine, and Gareth and I had driven back from Florida to Canada, and we had to go into quarantine. And once we got out of quarantine, we were able to do things with the kids and kind of go out of the house and actually like do normal, like semi-normal life again. And so this was one of the first weekends where we actually got to do things with the kids when they weren't doing school and got to enjoy Ottawa in the summer. I really love what Ottawa has to offer in the summer. It is really fun, amazing farmers markets. So usually we'd go to 2 farmers markets every weekend, and sometimes we'd go to more. And this farmers market was in Westboro, and then after that we went to the other farmers market in Lansdowne, and then there's this amazing taco place called Mono's Taqueria that we loved going to. You could get margaritas there, and then really yummy Mexican food, and it was like authentic Mexican food. The gentleman who runs it and co-owns it is from Mexico, and the food is so good. So we had really been craving getting that food. I'm adding some cameras right now, and the cameras are because I wanted to capture this. Gareth is both of the kids I have photos of because they're getting baked goods that they were really excited for. A photo of Gareth dancing in the Glebe market, and then while we're waiting for our Mexican food to be ready to pick up, and then the kids and I walking around the Lansdowne Farmers Market. killing time waiting for our food to be ready. And so I just wanted to capture those photos because everybody was just so happy to get out of the house and kind of have more normalcy. And so that's why I added the cameras. And then I added some other word phrases that say today, awesome, keep exploring, and let's do this. And then I added the coffee mug, mostly because Saturday mornings I'm usually carrying my coffee while we're going to the different farmers markets. And then I also decided to add some silver stars. They're like kind of what I would consider enamel dots, even though they're not enamel dots. And then I also added some clouds. I added the clouds because I just thought it was a beautiful kind of bright blue day outside, and these are kind of fun clouds. They're not like dark gray ominous clouds. And so I kind of wanted to add that feel. And then the paper that I journal on also has like a swirly cloud pattern on it. Everything on my layout, as far as I can recall, is from Chamel. You know, her variety of collections. I really am trying to use up my stash, except for the sequin stars. And I go sequin star crazy all along the red vertical papers that have the torn edges, because I just wanted to give some pop and some shine, and I wanted to use my stars up. I thought it looked nice. I had a lot of star motifs going on this layout, and so I kind of just wanted to get the stars on the page and be able to have like an empty sheet that I can throw out. I'm getting very, very motivated, really just focusing on using my stash. I haven't bought anything new in quite a while, and the only thing I've been receiving is the Ali Edwards story kit, and that is it. I think it's the story kit. I don't know why I'm blanking on it, but it's one that you get every month that's focused on a word. And so, yeah, that's my final layout. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'd love to know how you feel about paper tearing. Do you love using it? Are you a bit like me and you feel like, you could tear it wrong and then it ruins the paper? Or are you just like, no, I got this, and you love doing it? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to use the links in the description box below to check everybody else's take on the layouts. Bye.